Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where I talk over a game, and today I wanted to talk about executive dysfunction again because this week, actually today, I had to go back to my brother's apartment. I had been there a few times previously to clean up and stuff like that, but today we had three real estate agents come over to take a look at it. We're going to pick one of them to actually sell the place. And then there was one representative of a company that clears out houses of people, I guess people who passed away, people who went to care homes, whatever, whenever a house needs clearing out. They do that, and they wanted to come and take a look how much exactly it needed to be taken out. Now, I had already done a bunch of stuff in the meantime. Like I said, I've been there a few times in between when he passed and today, and I've done a lot of cleaning. I've also taken all the floor tiles out. I've also taken his bed apart and things like that. And these are all things that I did when I felt enough energy to do that. And then today we had, or at least I had, to go back to meet with these people. I went early. The first one was supposed to be there around 10. So I was there at 8 and I looked through all the things that were still there, which wasn't a lot because he had already cleaned up a lot of stuff of his own. And I had a couple of things that I wanted to take with me home, like his computer and some other things like a shirt or something that I remember him wearing a lot. Small things that were still useful to keep, some tools, things like that. So I spent some time putting some of that in my car and also putting other things in trash bags and then clearing all the trash. So during the morning, those 2 hours, I had a lot of energy because I had a plan. But then came the visits of the different real estate agents and the representative of that company that clears out houses. And the first real estate agent just kind of walked around the house, talked about what the, I guess, state of it was. It wasn't a very big place. It's like 30 square meters, so that's like a small box for your living and sleeping area, and a small kitchen, small bathroom, some storage space here and there, and then some storage space in the basement. Showed him all that. And when he was done looking around, he was like, okay, well, I guess I've seen enough. I'll send an email with all the details. And he left. So I was like, okay, if all three of them are going to be like that, fine. But the other two real estate agents that came over wanted to go through this whole list of here are the options. This is what the market looks like. And we need to do this. We need to do that. You need to fix this. You need to fix that. Blah, blah, blah. Here are all these things you need to consider. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to come over for that date. And I was like sitting there, losing energy fast and losing any type of interest in doing anything, right? Like in the Netherlands, when you want to sell a house, the house has to have an energy label. Now, my brother never actually requested an energy label because he never actually did anything about the house. He was not somebody to really care about such things. So that needs to be done now. They were, of course, talking about how there's going to be a bunch of people that want to come view the place. And meanwhile, I'm just getting like less and less energy because I'm feeling myself having to come over every time to let people in, show them around. I don't know if I'm actually going to be the one doing that. Probably the real estate agent that we choose is going to be doing that, but still I have to do things in between time as well. And I'm also already thinking about when it sells, you have to go to a notary to have everything signed up officially, like transfer and everything. I'm thinking like, do I have to bring my mother down over here because she's not in the best state? And I'm also thinking, like, I don't really want to do any of this. I want to go home. I don't want to do any of this stuff right now. And whether or not I'm right about having to do all these things, it doesn't really matter because my brain is convinced that there's a whole bunch of things that I need to take care of, and I'm just not feeling it because I've already spent my energy on clearing the place out, dragging some heavy stuff back and forth, to the car, to the bin. In between some of the visits, I also called the person that's taking care of the estate, and they were like, oh, we also need to do something about the car. You need to contact this, you need to contact that. And I'm like, really? Like, if I were a fuel gauge, I'd be like way down and the red light would be burning like that. So I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess that needs to happen. But right now, I just do not have anything. I cannot produce anything. I'm at the max, basically. So then finally, the third and last real estate agent comes over. They also start talking about things that need to happen and stuff like that. And there's this thing that real estate agents do because, of course, it's their job to estimate how interesting this property is going to be for other people. And they kind of start shaming you for the fact that the kitchen was never replaced and it's like still the original kitchen from when the place was built. And I'm thinking, first of all, some people definitely do replace everything when they move into a new place, but a lot of people also don't feel like it because it's expensive. It's a lot of trouble that you have to go through. You have to sleep somewhere else for certain areas to be redone. Otherwise, you're just sleeping in the dust and the grime. it's a lot of hassle. And on top of that, my brother actually was a truck driver, so he wasn't home most of the time. He was like gone starting 8:30 in the morning until 8:30 in the evening. So there's no way he would have like time to get a builder crew over there and be home for that because he couldn't get days off very easily. And he was like me, he wouldn't want to go through all the hassle, so nothing actually had been done. But the apartment is perfectly livable. So I'm thinking, like, how is this a reasonable and not a good? Okay, I guess people demand super new stuff all the time. Alright, fine. But she was only really halfway done through her story, and I was already thinking, like, when are you gonna leave? Because I really need time to myself. When they finally left, I was super exhausted, but it was actually a work day. I had, like, asked if it was okay that I would go there in the morning to talk to all these people, and I was like, okay, I need to go back home now, actually do some work, because I haven't done anything else today other than sit around here, clean stuff up, etc. Now, my supervisor slash boss, she is super understanding of the entire situation, so she probably wouldn't mind if I took the rest of the day to myself. But I always feel this pressure, like, oh, people are registering how much time I've been online today, like that. Even though that's not actually happening, my brain says that people are watching how much work I'm doing, so I can't slack off. So after their visits, I went back home, grabbed myself some lunch. When I came back home, I took some time to clear away some of the things that I had actually taken with me. And then I logged on for work, and I think I spent 3.5 hours doing things. But it wasn't very intensive because, like I said, the energy was low, and after a while my brain just stops producing things that I could work on. I'm just like going through the motions of what I had already prepared beforehand, doing the grunt work. A new request had come in yesterday for something completely different other than what I had been working on recently, so I kind of went into that for a while because that was more of a visual thing, and visual things are a lot easier for me to work on than things I actually have to think about on a day like this. So then I have to postpone things that I actually have to focus on because there's no focusing left. I can't get started on that, it's just gone. I can't bring myself to dig into the files that I had previously to try and actually put something together because there's just, the meter's empty, need to put a new coin in basically. So while I understand that I'm just not able to do it right now, there's still that judgment within me that says, you only worked 3.5 hours today, you should have worked 6, like that. And then I have to make plans for myself to compensate for the hours that I missed. Like I said, even though my boss probably wouldn't mind, I mind. So I guess I have a bit of a struggle with feeling like I have to do things and just not being able to on certain days. I mean, I'm happy we're finally getting to the selling the apartment stage and that the car's probably going to get taken care of soonish. By taken care of, I mean it's probably going to get sold off soon. And after that, I don't have to do anything anymore, I don't think, because she's going to take care of most of that, the person who is currently handling the estate. And then all I have to do after that is sign off on the bill, and that'll be that. But the road to getting there has been very energy intensive, and it's made me not do things, postpone things that I normally would do, while my brain is also chastising me for not doing the thing, so that's always a great experience. Anyway, that's what I really just wanted to talk about real quick. Whether that fits 100% under executive dysfunction, I don't know. There's certainly a part of that in there. The reason why I wanted to bring that up specifically is because it prevents me from starting things and also finishing things. So a dysfunction in executing things, basically, that's what I'm saying. But okay, I hope the next month is going to be easier than my brain is telling me and that we're going to get through this relatively unscathed. Either way, the end of the tunnel is in sight, and I'm hoping that the light is indeed daylight and not a train. We'll see how that goes. Let me know in the comment section how you experience these types of things. It doesn't have to be a loss of a loved one specifically, but anything taxing really. And I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye-bye for now.